Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to Summertime Tarot. For those of you who don't know, my name is Summer and this here is a November 2020 reading for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. All right, but let's go ahead and get into it. Let's see what the theme of the month is for you guys. Or folks. But let's see. Okay, so bottom of the deck here we have enjoy the journey. Stay present and flexible. Many changes are going on for you and around you. These changes are not only good but necessary. Bring your awareness into the now rather than focusing on the past or the future. All right, and then we have here breakthrough to new dimensions. A new endeavor is on the horizon. Innovative energy wants to burst forth into your consciousness. All right, so it looks like here, right, you guys may have been in a bit of a slump here, right? For some of you, you may have been in a slump, or you may have been feeling a bit kind of lost or directionless, or feeling like, you know, I don't know which way to go. But I feel like here, right, if you see the image here, there's a whale that's kind of pushing this one up, right? I feel like, you know, your spiritual team, or maybe even, you know, your family, friends are kind of pushing you into like this new space, this new energy where you feel like more like yourself, right? You may have not been feeling like yourself recently, but I feel like that's going to shift, that's going to change for you in the month of November. And it's just going to be important for you to not get so focused or wrapped up in, you know, the outcomes or where you're going, but to kind of focus on enjoying the ride, as the card on the deck, on the bottom of the deck said. You know, just make sure you're focusing on enjoying the process, allowing yourself to be in the now, and to just to be where you are, and allow yourself to, you know, stumble around if you need to, right? It's okay. It's all right. But let's go ahead and get some more info here. Okay, so for your blessing for the month here, we have caring connections, right? So your connections, your relationships here may take like a prominent role for you in the month of November. I feel like, you know, they will be supporting you, right? You could be in a romantic relationship here with someone who may be kind of supporting your dreams, supporting your goals, wanting you to kind of get out of a funk or whatever it may be. But just make sure, you know, that you connect with people that make you feel good, that allow you to kind of be yourself and to just be where you are, right? Don't feel like you have to kind of morph or become what other people want you to become. You know, make sure that you're staying true to yourself, right? Making space for yourself. To connect with yourself as well, right? If you need, you know, time alone, make sure you make time for yourself to, you know, just spend time with yourself, to connect with yourself, but also, you know, connect with the divine. With your challenge for the month here, we have blossoming abundance, right? So being that this is the challenge for the month, you know, it may be that you find yourself kind of having a hard time seeing the good, right? Or it could be, you know, some things, it may take some time for things to kind of start shifting and for you to start seeing that shift externally, right? I feel like this shift kind of started internally, where you wanted to make a change within yourself, and you may be wanting to see that change show up in your external world, and it may take some time for it to start, progressing, for you to start seeing things growing, seeing more positive things, right? But make sure that you continue to put in that effort, to continue to put in that work, right? With your message for the month, we have yin yang, right? So I feel like here with this yin yang, you may have been in a space, right, with this blue, where you were kind of passive. You may have been in a very reflective period, trying to figure some things out, maybe even kind of sad, emotional. And you're kind of trying to kind of come out of that space. And, it's going to take some effort on your end to kind of shift things and to move them into like this new space, this new energy. It may be hard starting off, but as you continue, it's going to get easier for you to feel more positive, to see more abundance around you, right? But it starts with that first step, right? And then continuing to take that step, continuing to put in the effort to get what it is that you want, okay? With your lesson for the month, we have rest and rejuvenate, right? Make sure that you're making time to kind of rest and rejuvenate, but don't spend so much time resting that you forget to take action, okay? Because, you have to remember that things aren't just going to kind of fall into your lap. Certain things are going to take some effort on your part. So just make sure that you're being balanced when it comes to resting and when it comes to action, okay? Make sure that you're putting in equal amounts of effort as well as, taking your time for rest. All right, but let's go ahead and clarify here. Excuse me. Excuse me. Some of you here with this caring connections, you may kind of work with people. You may be even wanting to like make a change when it comes to maybe work, right? But just make sure that you plan, you think about your actions before you take them, and that you make them from a stable and a grounded space, okay? But let's go ahead, clarify these. All right, there's no need to rush here. Don't rush. Take your time. I feel like, I should say that. Okay, bottom of the deck, we do have temperance. So as I was saying, patience, take your time, right? Make sure you're focusing on your healing in the month of November, right? But clarifying caring connections here, we have the 4 of Cups and the 7 of Swords, right? So some of you may even be in a space here where you're kind of unhappy with your current romantic relationship, right? You may be even like thinking about leaving this relationship. But I feel like, just make sure that you do it from a space, right? If you are thinking about leaving a relationship, that you spend some time kind of connecting with yourself, reflecting on your current situation and the choice that it is that you wish to make, right? Think about it first. Not saying that, you're wrong or anything, but just make sure you think about it and that you make this decision from a space of truth and connection with your own truth, okay? But Other than that, I do feel like here, you know, you guys may be in a space where you're kind of unhappy, right, with this Four of Cups, and you've been trying to kind of, I feel, right, even people may have been trying to kind of get you out of this space, to kind of get you into a more happy space, right? But I feel like, you know, you may be having a hard time seeing the positive. You may be having a hard time feeling like yourself or feeling your best, right? But, you know, just take your time when it comes to this process, right? With this Temperance here, I feel like you are in this very much healing space, and it's going to take you, you know, some time and some effort to kind of get out of this funk, right? So don't feel like you have to rush yourself or feel like you have to kind of meet people's needs or be happy because people think you should be happy, or do this because people think you should do that. You know, don't feel like you have to do that, right? Spend some time connecting with yourself and with what you want, and, you know, just be open to new opportunities and new possibilities, right? Don't kind of like do it because people want you to do it, right? Do things because you want to do it, right? But for clarifying this here, blossoming abundance and your challenge, we have the Eight of Cups and the Six of Wands. Okay. Right. So I feel like here with this Eight of Cups and the Six of Wands, right, like I was saying, you may be having a hard time kind of seeing the positive or seeing the good within your life. And it's going to take you kind of taking action, or shall I say, kind of looking for positive things, right? Shifting your focus to the good, right? And as I was saying, you know, in the beginning, it may be hard to see the positive or see the good or feel happy, but it kind of starts in the beginning with you choosing, right? It starts with you choosing to be happy or choosing to see the good in a situation. And as you continue to do so, you know, it may be hard to start off with, but as you continue, it will become easier, and you'll get, you know, better at doing it, and you'll be able to see more positive stuff within your life. You'll be able to see and feel better within each and every day. Okay. And then clarifying here the yin yang for your message for the month, we have the Emperor and the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, so I feel like here with this Emperor, it's like your own kind of stability, your own needs, your own wants. It's going to be important for you to kind of maintain that, right? It may be important for you in the month of November here with this Emperor to kind of start a new kind of daily routine, or even with this Queen of Pentacles, it may be good to kind of switch up your eating habits or switch up your sleeping pattern, whatever it may be, to kind of shift your energy into a more positive one, into one where you feel more grounded, more stable, and to continue to kind of maintain that new routine. And as you do, right, it'll become easier and easier, and you'll start to see progress in that, right? But it starts with you first, right? You have to make the shift first. And then as you make the shift, things around you will begin to start changing. Okay. But also here, you know, with this Emperor, right, don't get too focused so much on yourself, right? Make sure that you're helping others as much as you can in whatever way that you can, right? It may just be, you know, kind of being there for a friend, or maybe calling your mom. I don't know, right? It could be anything. Whatever way you feel, you know, kind of called to help others or be there for others or give your energy to other people, right? Just make sure that you do it from a space of generosity and not like wanting to get something in return, but that, you know, you just focus on being your best self and kind of sharing that with other people. And as you do that, you know, you'll start to see a change in the external world as well. Okay. But clarifying your lesson here, rest and rejuvenation, we have the Five of Cups and Judgment. So, right, it's like you're being called here to kind of get out of this funk, as we were talking about, right? And it may be beneficial for you here to kind of meditate, you know, like I was saying, maybe even kind of, you know, start some kind of new routine for yourself, be it a spiritual routine or a spiritual practice, kind of get back into the flow of that, right? But it's going to be important for you to kind of listen to your own emotions, right? To be aware of your own feelings, right? As you start, it may be hard, right? It may be uncomfortable, but in time, it will be beneficial for you. Well, Either way, it's going to be beneficial. It's going to help you in some way. But just make sure, you set your intentions for that. If you do, want to spend some time healing and growing your connection to the divine and growing your spirituality, just make sure that you're doing it. Just make sure you know why you're doing it, what you're doing it for, and that you do it on a consistent basis, and that you don't, beat yourself up if you kind of miss a day or what have you. Just, get back into it, and it'll start to improve as you go along. Okay. All right. Some of you here may even be wanting to kind of like start a new business. And if so, it's going to be important for you to kind of, almost kind of like get out of your own way, right? I hate saying that because it sounds kind of rude, but like you have to kind of get out of your own way. There may be some feelings that are kind of, right, with this Four of Cups, that are blocking your growth, blocking your process or progress. And it's going to be important for you to kind of let those feelings go, right? It may be time for you to kind of spend some time in reflection to figure out, why you're feeling this way. But don't kind of get stuck in those feels, right? Take the message, take the lesson, and then use that message, use that lesson going forward. Put that information, put that knowledge to use for yourself, right? Right. Spend some time trying to kind of understand your own patterns, understand your own kind of be it negative patterns, be it positive patterns. Understand those so that they're not controlling you, but that you can use them for your own good going forward. Okay. So let's go ahead and see what would be most beneficial for you to focus on in the month of November. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry. All right. Some of you may even be wanting to come together with someone, right? You may be feeling kind of lonely or wanting a relationship, right? If so, it may be time for you to kind of put yourself out there and not be like kind of afraid of being hurt by someone. Okay, right? With this Five of Cups and this Judgment here, right? You may still be holding on to some heartbreak or some heartache from a past relationship. If so, make sure that you're spending time kind of healing yourself, letting those feelings go, releasing them, making peace with the situation so that you can get, connected with someone new, someone better for you. Okay. So let's see here. So bottom of the deck here, we have self-love. Make sure that you're focusing on self-love in the month of November, spending some time loving on yourself, self-care, right? But also, self-love doesn't always kind of look like bubble baths and tea. Sometimes it's like, bruh, I need to get to work, so let me go ahead and start making these moves, right? So just figure out where you fit, what you need most at this time, and start doing it, okay? But then we have here the unexpected and the path, right? I feel like some of you may be kind of, like I was saying, you may be blocking yourself or getting in your own way, but I feel like it's because, you may be having, or you may be focusing on the negative. You may be focusing on the negative possibilities that could happen in the future, and that may be stopping you from making moves. It may be stopping you from opening up, right? And so it's going to be time for you in the month, or it's going to be important for you in the month of November to focus on, I feel, shifting your perspective, shifting the way that you see things, right? You may be very much kind of in a gray space where you feel like, okay, things haven't been working out, or things haven't been that great, or I experienced this heartbreak, or I experienced this disappointment, and you may be kind of allowing that to kind of continue into the future. So you kind of see the future as being filled with a lot of heartbreak and a lot of heartache, and that's blocking you here. So just make sure that you're kind of clearing out that mindset, that you're opening yourself up to the idea that, hey man, some good things can happen in the future. All right, I can meet that person, right? I can fall in love. I can pursue my dreams. I can do all of these things, right? And good things can happen, right? It's going to be important for you in November to kind of work on growing a more positive, I feel, mindset, a more positive idea of what's possible for yourself. And as you do, you will start to kind of see things, see greater and more positive things show up along your path, right? But you have to first be open to them, all right? And it kind of starts here with this self-love, shifting your mindset, right, to more positive things, to more positive experiences, to more positive possibilities, right? And as I was saying, it may be hard to begin with, but that's okay, right? Take your time. Don't feel like you have to kind of rush or feel like you have to be, love and light all the time, because, that's not realistic. But, allow yourself to be open to feeling good more often. Be open to being happy. Be open to having good experiences and good connections with people. Okay? But let's go ahead and get your affirmation for the month. So we have, I find joy in the little things and take nothing for granted. All right, your question to go along with that: how can I be more observant today? What am I expecting to be right today, right? Because I feel like sometimes we can, we can kind of get caught up in what could go wrong, right? Sometimes, we say if it ain't one thing, it's another, but you're manifesting that into your life when you say that. So just make sure, you say things like, what am I expecting to go right today? All right. I find joy in the little things and take nothing for granted. That's nice. That's nice. But let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get your advice for the month, and then we're gonna close this out with your final message. Okay. So what's the advice here for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising sign? Ooh. Oh, wow. Okay, that's a lot. All right. So we have here gratitude. Give thanks, right? So make sure you're practicing gratitude in the month of November, right? And we do have what? If you do celebrate Thanksgiving, everybody don't. Or you could celebrate it different. You could call it something different. I don't know. But, make sure you're practicing gratitude. What are you thankful for? Who are you thankful for in your life? Make sure you're showing appreciation to those folks. You're giving them love. You're thanking them for, their support, for their good vibes, Then we have victimhood. Take responsibility, right? So some of you may be stuck in a feeling, right, with this Four of Cups of just, like, oh man, like, woe is me. If so, hey man, we all kind of get in those feels, but don't get stuck there, right? Shift your focus. Instead of, being the victim. You know, see yourself as a survivor. See yourself as being, oh man, I made it through that situation. I learned this from that situation. I grew, right? This made me see things better in this way, or I got this understanding from that situation, right? Don't like kind of give your power away to the situation or to an experience or even to a person, right? And making or allowing it or them to make you feel less than, or make you feel like, you know, you're not in control of the situation, because you are, right? You don't have to give them your power. You don't have to feel like, you know, low or small, because you're not, right? Not saying that you shouldn't spend time connecting with your feels. Feel your feels. I will be the first person to say, feel your feels. Cry it out if you need to, but don't stay there too long, right? Get back up, brush yourself off, and try again. All right. Then we have here patience. Any day now, right? Be patient, right? Like I was saying, it may take you some time to kind of get into, you know, a new swing of things, right? You may have been in this Four of Cups, this kind of sad feeling for some time. And it's not just going to like end overnight. It's going to take you some time. It's going to take you some effort to get out of that space. But be patient with yourself and be patient with the process, okay? Then we have honor. Acknowledge you, me, and we. Playfulness, just for fun, and rest. Take a time out. So make sure that, you know, when it comes to things that you feel like you may not have an understanding on, or like you don't know everything, right? If you're trying to, you know, start a business or start a new project, right? Don't feel like you have to do everything on your own, but also, you know yourself, know what it is that you bring to the table, know your abilities, and don't be afraid to kind of let that shine, right? But also, you know, don't be afraid to ask for guidance, to ask for help, be it from your elders, your ancestors, your friends, a counselor, whoever it may be, right? Just a trusted individual, right? Don't be afraid to go to them. But also, you know, honor them, thank them for everything that they have, you know, given to you. Just make sure you're practicing gratitude here, right? And then playfulness, just for fun. Have some fun, right? Bring in some good vibes. Do things that you enjoy, right? Spend some time with people that make you feel good, that uplift you, right? Get away from folks who may not, you know, who they vibe may be a little bit iffy. Don't spend time with them. Don't give them your energy, all right? And then we have here rest. Take a time out, right? Spend some time connecting with yourself, resting, right? We have self-love. Let yourself rest. And then get up and move forward when you're ready, okay? But let's go ahead and get your final message here. Right? And if you don't know, you know, if you're kind of stuck in that sad, lonely feeling, man, just, you know, start with things that, you know, maybe that you enjoyed as a kid, doing things, you know, maybe drawing, coloring, I don't know, just anything that brings joy, brings happiness into your life, right? It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be grand, right? It could be something small. It could be like, I don't know, eating a Snickers. Who knows? Allow yourself that happiness, okay? But let's go ahead and get this here final message for Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Okay. So we have, dear you. You are in such good shape right now that we're all doing a happy dance. In this moment, you have the power to make a choice to get with spirit and co-create a miracle. You may wonder where this is all going, but if you want to manifest your desires for the highest good, you need to stay focused on the now. All power is in the present moment. Ask yourself, what are your dominant thoughts now? What beliefs are you motivated by? Do you have clarity right now? How is your conscious contact with the divine? Are you plugged in, or are you trying to do life all by your small self? Get rid of negative energy now. Resentments be gone. Forgiveness and love enter, please. You can do your life beautifully and create your most powerful future right here, right now, in this moment. Aren't you thrilled to know you have a huge cheering section over here? Love and hugs always. All right, but that's all I have for you, Aries. I hope this reading helped you in some way. Don't forget to let me know down in the comments how it resonated. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos like this one, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I truly appreciate you and hope to see you soon. Peace out.